no matter what. We're good.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
We are
Hi.
here. Welcome to night one, first sprint of the kickoff of the Mafia Romance Readathon. We are glad you're here. When you hop on, let us know you're if you're not participating, just say hi and just come hang out with us and read anyways. But we hope you are and you're reading some books. We are so excited.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. All right, you guys want to kind of like, let's talk about what we're reading right now, and then when more people get on, we can start introducing ourselves a little bit.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds good.
What are you reading, Jackie?
Well, I am reading Stolen Air by Sophie Lark, and I'm 100 and like exactly 30 pages in. I love the Beauty and the Beast retelling already. I love the Beauty and the Beast vibes because it's one of my favorites. So very, very happy. Hello. And I'm having a good time with it. I got to see Callum again. That was fun. I did get to see him. I saw their first altercation, and I'm like, I don't know who I'm gonna choose. I don't know, but it was dope. So I was happy. So,
wait, is Callum in the first book? He's the first book, right?
Yeah, he's the first book. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And but this one's a much different feel from the first book, because the first book was definitely making me laugh a lot more. Like I was rolling. Yeah. This one, not so much rolling. It's more on the I want him to get his comeuppance. I want his revenge. I'm down for that. Be like, give me all of the snarky, like, screw you moments. Love it.
Yeah. It starts off a lot darker is the thing. Like one starts with an accidental fire and one starts with,
kidnapping.
What happens to what happens to his sister?
And yeah.
That's what it starts with.
Yeah. That was definitely like, whoa.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm reading right now. It's my first book of the marathon, of the readathon.
So, nice.
And you're reading it physically.
Well, yeah, she has a book. So I finished my first book just a little bit ago, which I didn't know that I was going to be reading because I forgot that I was getting an arc of this and it was a Mafia book. So I was like, oh, perfect, because I needed an audiobook. So I picked Brutal Vows, which it's a different Brutal Vow. There's lots of Mafia things called Brutal Vows. But then I read Savage King instead, is what it was called. It was an arranged marriage, age gap. It literally covered 8 things on my board right away. So I was like, yes, that was perfect.
There you go.
Didn't mean it to. And that was pretty good. But so now, though, I started another audiobook because I was finishing up a puzzle. So I don't know whether I'll continue with Hug It Out, which is very interesting. It involves someone who's a professional cuddler. Not what you expect in a Mafia book. I know. It's romance. Actually, well, she's probably sleeping because it's like 2 a.m. where she is. But Daniela gave this to me for Christmas. There are these Mafia books, and this one, like, his family doesn't know he's like a part of the Mafia. And he accidentally killed someone that he wasn't supposed to. Like, he got tricked and like killed someone. So he's very sad. So his sister's like, I think he needs a cuddle. So she hires him a cuddle.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Wait,
awesome.
is it cheesy or is it good?
It's a little cheesy. Yeah, Davidson Kate, they're very feel good ones. Like they really are. So so it's very, so anyway, he's like, okay, that might be good for me, but also trying to juggle his like job. So I'm listening to that one, but I'll probably actually start the one that I picked, which I don't even know what this one is about. This one was gifted to me, so we'll see what it does. I know it's a hidden identity. I think it's a woman on the run, so it'll work for that. But yeah, okay. So that's what I'm in the middle of everything, like I always am.
That's fine.
Mm-hmm. I just finished When She Unravels. I totally cheated and I started it earlier, but I really enjoyed it. So I downloaded the second audiobook, which is When She Tempts, which I think is following the sister that we meet in the first book, I'm guessing. But it's age gap. And so far I am 2 chapters in. It's pretty good.
Yeah. That's it's Bodyguard, right? That's the Bodyguard one?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's what his function is. That's what his function is.
I know it's his friend that was taking her to like protect her because everything's going down. So that's where the first book ends.
Damiano's like right hand. No, not his right hand man.
No, but it's like one of his friends.
He's from he's not completely a friend, is why he sends her with him, because no one will suspect. That's why.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I remember the order.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's see what everybody on here is reading.
Yeah.
Twisted Pride. Jen.
Yay!
Okay. Points for
Mm-hmm.
you.
Mm-hmm.
It's-
My bad boy.
Wait,
Gosh,
Jen,
I want to read those.
Kimura?
What?
Out of order.
Yeah, she read them.
What?
I didn't know
Yeah.
it was a series. So I've read like 3 of the books and I had no idea. And then I was like, why does this sound familiar? And I must have just been hopping around books without
It
realizing.
kind of guts me, but I won't hold it against you. But like, I made Jessin read 10 books so she could read Twisted Emotions, and people just like jump to those ones, and I'm like, it's fine. You can read stuff out of
Twisted
it.
Well,
Emotions
had I
is
known
so
it was a
good.
series, I would have started with the beginning, but I had no idea. I just
No, I know.
saw people talking about it and I picked it up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is what I'm reading. I'm reading Hans. I've already read the first 3, so I'm like 40% into Hans, I think.
The audiobook literally comes out next week. And
I know.
I'm waiting for it. I've listened to all of them, so I'm not gonna break it because I love the audiobook so much.
Yeah, I was going to wait, and then
Yeah.
now I'm just like, I want to read it
No.
physically. Most of my other books that I'm planning on reading, I have on Hoopla and stuff, so I'm just gonna audio those.
I would if I hadn't I pre-ordered Hans. So I'm like, if I read it, I wasted my credit to pre-order if I do.
Yeah. And it's such an easy book to read, whether you're listening or reading like ebook. Like even now I'm like flying through it. I just like, you forget her humor that she has too. And I'm like, it's just so low key stupid, but so freaking good.
Those ones are feel good to me too.
Yeah.
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 S.J. Tilly, hers are just like big, goofy idiots.
Yeah. But it's like surface level Mafia. So it's kind of nice to have that for a change sometimes. And then I started the audio for Dark Russian Angel by Readathon.
Yes. Yep, I read that one. Mm-hmm. Bad Princess. Oh, okay. Never heard of that one. Let's see whatever.
Okay.
Oh, it's MMF. Nice.
I know.
Paradise.
Love it. I feel like I've read that forever ago. That sounds really nice, actually.
Oh, well, while she's going through these, sorry, we were going to talk about something else. While she's going through these, if you guys had any questions about the board, I know I've had a few people message me, but if you have any questions or are wondering if I didn't explain something well enough, please feel free to ask while we're doing this before we do it this sprint. So,
Melissa, are you wondering if when she unravels, if it was an age gap? I think it was a little bit of an age gap, right? But not like
that one's not. That one's not.
I wouldn't classify it as an age.
They're the same age, pretty much.
Yeah, I think
they were the same age. Okay.
The next 3 are age gaps, but that one's not.
Okay. I don't remember them being close in age, but I don't remember there being.
I think they're 4 or 5 years apart. I know she's 26, and I think he's like 30 or 31. Okay. So
the next for sure 2 and 4 are both pretty big age gaps too, but not that one. Okay. Which is funny because pretty much every Mafia is an age gap. Let's be real, they all are.
Yeah.
Paved in Blood. All right.
I don't know what that is.
I like it.
Hopefully you love it.
I always have to name myself something funny. That's what I do. Oh, yes. Love those. Mm-hmm.
There you go. I have not finished that series. I need to, though.
I know. So good.
I know. Shame on me.
No, it's okay.
I didn't like the series, so
we don't talk about this.
I don't typically binge standalones. I feel like I don't know. I'm like, oh, I love that couple so much. I don't care about the next couple for a while. And then I start thinking about them again, and then I want to read it. Except for Cora Riley's series. Those are the only ones.
Yeah. Yep. Dark Russian Angel. It's good.
I've done this readathon. This is my 3rd time doing it, and each year I've read a Sophie Lark, a JT Geisinger, and a Jane Henry. Each one. It's just kind of like the thing. But this year I decided to throw something in there. So I threw Michelle Hurd in there. That's one of my ones I've been reading.
Julia Sykes always confuses me because she has renamed and recovered her books so many times to get them to be I read the same book 3 times by her. 2 times I actually finished it and then was like, oh my God, I read that because she renamed and recovered her books.
Oh,
Julia Sykes.
Not her name. Same.
She has the same name, but she changed the cover and the names of a couple books. And I read her like way long ago, and I mean I liked it. But the one that I've read a few times is like she's a FBI agent. She's like a Penelope Garcia. If you've seen Criminal Minds, she's like Penelope Garcia basically, and she gets kidnapped by the mafia. So she's not a field agent, and she gets kidnapped. And then he wants to make her his pet, and it's all fun. So the 5-year line. Oh,
okay.
Okay, not Mafia. Yeah, I was like, I don't think Serena Bone has any of that.
Yeah, I've never known. But I also didn't know Odette Stone wrote Mafia until just recently.
Yay, I love it.
Nice. So good.
I need to make my way through that one too.
Yeah, that one's not.
Yeah.
Oh, the hero is her father's enemy. Oh, okay. That has a lot of stuff there.
Surprise, baby.
Yeah. Yes, Lindsay. That series is Cosa Nostra. Sicilian equals Cosa Nostra. Hi, Hannah.
Hello.
Nice. All right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, she hasn't had I feel like I haven't seen any from her in a while, but those same ones keep getting new covers all the time.
Well, hopefully you don't read it again.
Right.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I know. It was the same exact book. Like the same exact thing.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's called I couldn't tell you the name because it's had different names, but
okay. All right, so everybody want to read? And we're going to read about 45 minutes, chat, and then yeah. Also, if you have any questions while we're reading, feel free to drop them in the comments too. And then
I am going to jump off, guys, at the start of this, but it was nice seeing you guys.
Bye.
And tomorrow Jess is hosting. So
yep. What time, Jess?
7 p.m. EST.
Okay.
6 Central.
Right.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right. Bye, Jess.
Bye.
Yeah.
Hi, Jess.
All right, guys, we are going to read, let's just call it 9 Eastern Standard, and then you just convert in your own way.
Do you do a timer or are you gonna put a comment up?
I'm just gonna count it down. I mean, I don't have a count.
No, that's fine. I'm just was asking.
Still 9.
Perfect.
All right. Happy reading.
Yay.
That went by fast.
It did. It sure did. Well, this Mafia book starts at a ranch. Wasn't expecting that. So
Okay.
I'm liking it. And the girl is on the run from her family, I think, and she has a horse. So she stopped at this, like, I don't fully know what it is, but it has an undercover mafia guy who's running the place.
Okay.
So I don't fully know what's going on, but I'm digging it. There's a horse and there's some cowboys, mafia cowboys. I'm in for it. So
okay.
Interesting.
Anything can be a cowboy nowadays.
I mean, I'm here for it.
Just the
I
season.
think it's the Irish mafia too, but
okay.
Anyway.
You said that she's a it's hidden identity or something?
Yeah, they're both using hidden identities, and like she stops there with her horse and she stole a truck and trailer so she could haul her horse here. And he can tell right away that she's lying about who she is, and she can tell that he's lying. So she's like, we're not going to ask each other any questions because we're both lying and we both are trying to get away from our past. So we're just going to let it be. And then she ends up discovering that she'd been being drugged where she was, and now she's not. And so she's having a reaction to not being drugged anymore. So that's where I'm at right now. And he's obviously realizing the severity of what she ran away from by the fact that that happens. So they're like bonding about it now, and it's good. I'm really intrigued. I'm glad. I'm always nervous when it's a newer author that I've never read before, but
that sounds like have you read Sovereign by Rhea Morris something?
I haven't.
Yeah, that's cowboy, but I don't know. It's weird. It reminds me of it, minus the mafia.
Yeah. I love women on the run, so I'm into it. Hi, girl.
Where you been? Well,
Yeah.
you've been around.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
So glad you loved it.
Yes. So good.
Agree. Brutal vows. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
What up, Sam? I am.
Sam.
Hey, Sam.
Hey, girl. 5-year life. All right.
Good. I'm glad you're getting a 5-star. I'm really loving Hans.
Yeah.
Without saying anything for you.
Yeah.
So I want you to read it, but
I think it's a lot of people's favorites, but I think each new one has been people's favorite. Like she's just gotten better with it. Yeah. So
see, I read it wrong. Like I read Dom and then I went back and did Narrow and then King. And Dom is still my favorite right now, but
yeah. Well, I'm glad I did start with Nero because that was the weakest one, in my opinion. Yeah. That was it's still like that one I gave 3 stars, but I had fun. Like I didn't like trash it, but I was like, I only like that they mentioned Minneapolis and Fargo. Like that's why I was like, you had to go to Fargo to off somebody. So I was like, sweet, I like it. But I liked King, and then like Dom was really good. So I believe it, and I believe they get better.
Hans reminds me a lot of Narrow in a little bit of a way, but like I think he just like plays off his weirdness better.
Well, he was so interesting, and the ways he was like introduced. I for sure want to read his book. So I
still didn't even like understand what his job fully was because he's so I don't know. Yeah, I get it now, and I'm excited for you to read it.
Yeah. Oh, I will. I can't wait. I'm like, I got that. I'm going to start it the day that I get my audiobook. So ready for it.
Oh, okay. I read that one, I think. Is that the one where she's in like the hotel room or something like that? And he
Ruthless Stranger?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've read that one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm pretty positive you did because we talked about it. But yeah, they have her friends throw her like a divorce party in Vegas.
Yes.
And they literally ask this guy to fuck their friend, and he's like, sure.
Yeah, but she doesn't know who he is, right? And then she goes to work. Okay, yeah, I did.
She wears a blindfold, but she recognizes his voice.
Yeah, okay.
Which is hot. It's great.
Seriously.
Good to know. Good to know. Yes. I'm intrigued by her like new series because I signed up for the ALC of Love. Oh, she told us how to say it. I can't say it because it's not said how it looks, but like Love Utley or whatever it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw her.
She said how to pronounce it, and I'm like, well, I'm getting the ALC, so I'll hear how to say it, but I don't know
Did
how to
she
say
say that?
it.
Did she post like a in
She
stories?
did. Yeah, she posted of like the phonetic, and I'm like, I'll remember when I hear it. It looks like
I always
Utley.
post her names. I'm terrible at them.
Yeah. Well, I can't tell if that's like,
He's a freaking nut job.
yeah, Nero's crazy. Nero burned me. It's literally the weakest one, I promise. And like I said, I gave it 3 stars, and I was like, whatever, but
I didn't really love King that much either. Like I think I gave it 3 stars too, but I just thought they were so fun and easy to read. Like you literally can go in with 0 expectations, go in blind, and it's still fun. But like
I mean,
there's not depth to anything.
yeah, like I literally said too, like I got that book before anyone was reading them because last year book signing I went to, she was there and she was like, yeah, I just started this little Mafia series. And then literally she just like
Blew up. Yeah.
exploded. So I have a signed copy of Nero that she like talked because nobody was selling Mafia at this book signing. There was 2 authors who had Mafia. So I was like, tell me about your Mafia book. I want to buy it.
Yeah.
And she was like, yeah, it's set in Minneapolis. And I was like, done. I'll get it.
Yeah.
And then I just like
Everybody knows her
laughed.
for that other series that she has. That what is it? This like the mitten one.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I just got so I had read before the signing, I was trying to read a couple of her books because she had one with she had a Silver Fox. I can't fucking talk right now. The one that was Latte Darling. I read that literally the day before. And it was kind of like, I didn't love that one.
Yeah.
But it was cute, like a really caring hero. And so that was the one I read before I like went to talk to her. And then she's like, oh, look, I have a Mafia one. And I was like, okay. Oh, she's like, King comes out in like a month when I read it. But I just got Mr. Sin in like a bundle of stuff. Where is that?
Yeah, I've read that one.
Yeah, so I just got that one in a bundle. So I'm going to try reading that one. But otherwise, I mean, I've really only read the Mafia ones and the Latte Darling. But
yeah, that one's more billionaire, which is like, I mean, go her for being able to write.
But I want to read the hockey series too because I love hockey romance. So I'll probably read those ones too. But
yeah.
Loves King. Love it. Well, good. I'm glad you like them all. I mean, they're fun. Like I said, they're fun. I gave it 3 stars, but I did not hate it, and I still recommend it. It just was ridiculous. Like it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, I actually really like when books are like an exception like that. Like you can justify for your rating in a way because you're like, this doesn't mean that I wouldn't recommend it to people. But
and like Jackie, I think you would love this series. And I mean that like it's so fun. Like it's just
really?
so fun. Like that's what I mean. Like it's 3-star, but it's because it's like out there. But they're also so sweet. Like they're absolutely like, you know, I was so struck by how like Nero starts, where like he breaks into her apartment and it's just like, you know, this isn't really
eating her
safe.
popcorn and
like you shouldn't leave your window open. She's like, I'm on the 3rd floor, and he's like, I can still get in. You should do it.
Jackie,
this is good. I've been listening to you guys talk about it. I'm like, these all sound really good. So I'm just like secretly keeping notes in my head and just like write these down later. Find them later.
Like the men that like sniff their bedding and like find their panties in a hamper just to sell them, like weird stuff like that. But it's like I don't know. It's just kind of cute.
Well, and like buying like a $200 cup of coffee because he knows there's not a lot of food in her fridge and stuff. Like I just love that shit. Like I love it. So
well, in Hans, she like bakes him food and he hates the food that she makes. And he like forces himself to eat it all. And he's like, I'm just sitting in the window, just stuffing my face because I can't say no to it. And I'm like, how freaking sweet.
That's like one, I've heard that. I heard that about him.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yep.
But I love that she can't cook either because like this is literally like eating grass.
This is crazy. You know when you can't cook. I'm sorry. Like that's always tough for me to believe. Is I'm like, you know when you can't cook stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway. Your memory amazing.
I know. I know. Like leave it to her. It's like what's oh, I remember 1980.
I feel bad when I know stuff too well sometimes. Because like I'm sorry.
Awesome.
I can't always remember a title of something, but there's a plot of a book I read 10 years ago and I could probably tell you what it was. But
Hey,
if I hated a book, I typically don't remember it because it's, but
Yeah.
I remember the
except the
feelings.
ones I really hated. There's a couple that I really hated and I remember, but otherwise I'm like you. I'm like, if it was just meh, like, and I don't remember character names. That's why I started putting them in my notes for my videos, because unless it's the title character, right? Like Hans or Don, like I'm not gonna remember. I'm like, whatever. The heroine or the hero. That's just what I say.
I have feelings. Like I remember the feelings of books, and like that's how I attribute the book. So like if I really, really liked the book and I had a strong feeling, then I'll remember the story. If I really hated the book, I'll remember the story. But I remember the feeling first, and that's what triggers the memory. So like Mice of Men, hate that book. Hate that book with a passion. Had been forced to read it like 4 times in my life. Hated every single time of it. But I can tell you that story.
4 times?
4 times. Assigned 4 times.
Oh, that's brutal.
Wow. Did you like switch schools or something?
I was assigned as a 7th grader or 8th grader. I was assigned as a sophomore in high school. I was assigned as an intro to lit class, and I was assigned for a history of literature class.
Well, that's just evil. I hope you could reuse the book report.
I couldn't.
Oh no.
There were 4 different generations in my life, and I was like, this is awful.
Damn it.
I hate this book.
That's awful.
I don't read that stuff anymore. So I read this now, and this is a lot better.
Yeah, that's funny. I know you meant white fanged, but white banged is pretty funny too.
I don't know. They're all just so different.
Oh.
Yeah. Yes. Very over the top.
Yeah.
Like that's I won't even get into it right now, but the one that comes out tomorrow, Fallen Empire, that's a brand new Mafia one. This woman discovers she has 9 Mafia brothers. 9. And they all just like love her. It was great. But it was so wild. This book, Fallen Empire. And like,
that's the series I actually want to start next. Is the next Jane Henry series, Wicked Vows. That's the next one I want to start after I finish Ruthless Doms, which I should finish this readathon. Nice. I'll call it a marathon.
Yeah. But that book was just so wild. And I'm like, I wouldn't accept this in any other subgenre of thing. But like Mafia can get away with a lot.
Yeah. I actually like Surprise Baby in Mafia, and I don't
that
like
one's a surprise pregnancy. The line's red.
Yeah.
Oh,
but you know what? Like, I don't really want to see them pregnant for a long time. Like,
no.
I don't care about that. Just get pregnant.
No,
I mean,
it's not. It's the like. It pushes, it pushes things in the second half. But no, so here's the thing too. This doesn't just have to do with Mafia. I've read a lot of like pregnancy books this year. Like there's been a lot of like not his baby ones that I've read, which I like, obviously. I mean, it's one of my favorite things. But I don't love when the whole book is the pregnancy and then the baby's born in the epilogue. I don't want like I don't know. I know why an author does it, because they're like they can't have sex once they've just had a baby. So it's like have them be pregnant and then whatever. And I'm like, then find a way to do your book. Okay, sorry, let me just point it out. But Julia Wolf did it the right way. You can have him be pregnant for part of it. But I want to see him with the baby. I want to see him with the baby. I don't just want it in the epilogue.
Oh, see, I don't even care about the baby.
I
feel like she can't perform well when she's pregnant because I know what it's like being pregnant. I'm like, I literally hated every second of it. So there's no way.
The thing is for me is those like I like a surprise baby where they're dealing with it. Like that's the kind of book that I want. But I don't just want to see them figuring out if they're going to stay together while she's pregnant. I want like if it's going to be one where the point of the story is the pregnancy, it's not just an ending piece. It's not just a like like if that's the purpose of the book, then I feel gypped if I don't get to see like it. To me, it's like an aspect of like it feels like a closed door romance. It feels like you've told me I'm gonna get it, but then it's like, oop, she goes into labor in the epilogue, and I'm just like, well then, why? What was the point? Anyway? That's just
that's not like creative plot wise too, because it's not hard to. What I think it wouldn't to create a plot line that's like set for an entire pregnancy rather than like having a baby and then transitioning from one to the other. I feel like that's probably a lot more difficult to
I don't know.
I'm not a really big fan of like I will read Surprise Baby, but I'm just like, kids, awesome.
See, Sam's got my back. Thanks, girl. Thanks for having my back, man.
Yeah,
well, I'm just like I don't mind I don't like secret babies. We all know this. I don't like
Yeah.
those. I don't love secret babies.
I
But
love
a
secret
surprise
baby.
I know you do. I know you like cheating a lot too. I don't like those things.
I
I
know.
don't wanna read those things. That's okay.
I
Please
don't mind cheating, but secret
I
baby,
searched for it.
You own that shit and fucking open your damn mouth. I
Yeah,
can't.
I don't want to read it. But if I know that's the plot, that's my point. If I know that's the plot, that it's a surprise baby and it's gonna be about them like figuring like I want to read that. Like there was one I just read that I really like that they plan to they make a baby deal. It's the baby deal. And we spend the whole time deciding we're gonna have the baby deal, and then we skipped that. And I'm just like, no, I want both things. I want both things. If you're going to do a time jump, make the time jump for part of the pregnancy and then let me have the baby at the end. I don't know, whatever. It's again, I point to PS You're Intolerable. It was perfect. It's a perfect book. It's a perfect book. Because
I understand what you're saying, and I agree. I agree. Yeah.
Because if it can be the surprise baby is the like thing at the end, that's fine. But if the author is selling it with the trope of like it's a surprise pregnancy, then I want to see it.
Yep.
If that is like, anyway, whatever.
And
That's
PS
just
You're Intolerable, even like I don't know if you've read Megan Quinn, but what is that one? Those Three Little Words. That one by Megan Quinn is Surprise Baby. Or surprise pregnancy, sorry. And she has a baby, probably around 20 or 30% too. Well, no, maybe it's even 50 or 60. Okay. Anyway, you get to see for a while of him actually being a dad, but you get a good chunk of her actually pregnant too.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely like that. But anyway, everyone has their own thing. Authors are so focused on selling with tropes right now because that's what that's what Instagram shows. That's what TikTok shows. It tells you the tropes. But I'm like, if you tell me it's a surprise baby and then the surprise baby like is actually the surprise, I don't like that. If it's the plot, I want to know. But if the surprise baby is actually the surprise in the third act, like that happened in the when I read where the author was like, there's a surprise pregnancy, but it didn't happen. I was like, oh my God, the surprise pregnancy is the third act twist. And you told me that in the tropes.
Yeah.
So then it didn't feel like, but anyway, whatever. Now I'm just
I haven't read Michelle Hurd this comment, so I'm actually starting with Taken by a Sinner.
Yeah, I would say Taken by a Sinner. That's what I would probably write.
That's where I'm starting at. So
I want to read Michelle Hurd start with. Yeah, that's a good one to start with. She also has like a standalone that's within the Gods of the Underworld that's called like it ties in with it. I cannot remember the title, but if you look up the Kings of the Underworld, if you want to try one of her books, that one's a standalone they could do.
I also like Beautifully Broken by her. That one's a little more emotional. Like the heroine's kidnapped and she's like rescued by the hero and he takes care of her. It's got really great caretaking too. That one.
Oh,
that one's really good.
I'm now looking back at these ones. Or maybe you okay, you didn't get there yet. I was like reading everybody's comments. I'm like,
yeah.
Mafia.
You really can't go wrong with Taken or the other ones too. A lot of her series tag team together.
Yeah.
Like
they all roll on top of each other. Like the series I'm in right now is like the kids of the ones from the like they're all they just keep going. But Michelle Hurd.
Yeah, I mean, or you can do it this way too. I actually did it opposite. I did Sinner and then Saint too, and I wasn't confused.
Yeah. Is the Can't Cook one from Colonel Arches? I don't know what you mean.
We were talking about Hans.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about Hans about Can't Cook. Yeah.
By Ashley Tilley.
I don't know who tries to cook in that one. I don't think she tries to cook too much. The best part of the day.
I Colonel.
Yes. Nameless. Yep, Lisa. So good. So good.
What was that, Jackie?
Isn't Colonel Urges? That's the one with
Sloan.
Declan and Sloan. There's a kitchen scene. I know that.
Yeah.
She's like doing something in the kitchen.
Well, he's
feeding her. That's what it was. Okay. I was like, I remember something in a kitchen.
Single parents, yeah. I haven't read Gem in a long time.
He is
I'm
not an author for me.
No, I know. That's why I just said that. I get people put her stuff in mine, and I'm like, no, I don't have a great relationship with Gem, but
this
I
main
also
series.
haven't read her in like 10 years. So there was one I tried reading for a book club, and I immediately like, no, I can't go back to her. I mean, it's the same for me with a few series that I really liked, but I can't go back and reread them because I wouldn't feel the same anymore.
I have PTSD from her books.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. We can skip to the baby part.
Right.
I'd like to see Mafia not his baby, but the Mafia is pregnant, but not by choice. Oh. I mean, those are some of those. There are some of those. I can't tell you one right now, but I have a whole video with not his baby, and a couple of them, it's not her choice. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I just prefer no baby. Like, that's terrible. Oh God. I don't even like to see babies in epilogues.
Oh, you're one of those.
I'm like,
I don't like to see it either.
Like, like, I think it's just maybe because I'm just with kids 24/7. I'm like, I don't want to freaking read about it.
I
like,
it's
down to as much sex as they have. It's dumb.
I literally I have a couple of viewers who are like, can I have Rex where they don't want to have kids? And I'm like, no, because I'm not the one. Go to the other channels who will give you it. I want it.
I mean, I read them, but
yeah, I mean, you kind of have to because most of them are, but I'm just
I don't
for
like
me,
I don't mind baby being in the story. Like I'm not a big fan of it, but the epilogue where it's guaranteed, it's like they got married, they had a kid. Like, well, you just took a really cool story and made it basic. Thanks.
Well, I mean, what do we expect them to do? Like, they're gonna have babies, and that's fine. I just don't like epilogues in general because I'm like, I don't really care what happens past this point. But like Heartless, I really liked Luke in that one, so I feel like that was done well. Like, I think he was in it just enough, like not too much, but not. And he was a fun, he was fun.
He was a fun age. He was actually like incorporated and made kind of the relationship work. Like he called his own dad out. I thought that was hilarious. The kid was hilarious.
Yeah. I didn't used to like any type of kids in them because I had read so many badly written kids, but I don't know. I feel like I've read many more like age appropriate kids in recent years.
Yeah.
For me anyway. Except funnily enough, just one the other day I read, I was like, meh. Michelle does write super fast.
Yeah.
Well, like I'm literally so far behind. I'm behind her by a whole series and a half now because I read the first two in the series after Sinners, and then like I got behind, and then she's almost done with the next series already.
When I interviewed her like a year ago, she told me she writes a lot of books in 8 days. 8 days.
That's just nuts.
I mean, she takes longer breaks in between, but 8 days? That's insane.
Yeah, it's just nuts because I caught up with which I don't even know what it's called now, but I'm starting the most recent series for the Readathon because I caught up over the past year. I caught up to that series. So now I'm going to start that one. But I got behind. I was on pace with her through all of those. And then I was reading her arcs, and then there was one every month. And I'm like, I can't. I got to bow out and catch up with you later.
I mean, go her, but I can't.
Right? I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's very true.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's because all your favorite books are so fantastic yet traumatizing. Yeah. I like the drama. I like it. I'm glad you're traumatized with me. Thank you for
I can't wait for you to read Pam's new series, Jackie.
Jackie, you haven't read it? Oh my gosh.
Okay, so I'm slowly making my way through
she has to finish the Deliver series.
Deliver series. Deliver series. I was about to say Vanquish because it's my favorite still.
Yep.
it's still my favorite. Like that cover just I want to know who that cover model is. I want to know so fucking bad.
Yeah.
I just want to stalk him. I do. I want to stalk him because he is fan to me 100%. Yeah, he just is.
Wait till you meet Cody and Leo. I'm just saying. Wait till you meet them.
I'm about to.
And another guy in that too.
Which one am I on? So it's.
I don't know. She was hinting at some interesting stuff at the signing.
Jen.
I do love her.
What?
I love her. I cannot.
I saw the cover of the third one too. I lost the
When?
fucking postcard. When the
When?
signing I went to. I'll tell you if you want to know after we get off.
You can tell me after
But
because
she had the cover. I got to see the cover of the third one because it's literally on her poster. And then I lost the card. I had the fucking postcard with it, and I don't know where it went.
Is it green?
No.
What color is it?
It's red. It's a heart of scars, frost and scars. It's a
yeah.
Mm-hmm. A bloody. It's like a blood spot, I think, on the snow.
I was eating Kodiak waffles, the protein waffles, and I'm like,
I love those things.
Oh my god, I would eat some Kodiak waffles.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Syrup and some Leo on top.
Oh my god. Oh yes.
I don't know if
I like to taste the rainbow with Van.
My top 10 of the
I'm
entire
all
year.
for taste the rainbow with Van.
What?
Taste the rainbow with Van. It was a line he said in Vanquish when they spelled cereal. Taste the rainbow.
I mean, I don't know who my favorite in that series is, honestly. I don't know. I like Cole a lot, but I don't actually love his book the most, but I like Cole a lot. So
I just finished, what was it? What's the fuck the last one? The chick's sister, and they're in a foreign country. Crap.
Yeah. Can't tell you.
It's the fourth one.
Yeah. I don't know what's after. They're all blend together myself. Not cool. Yes, girl. Yeah, she just finished book 1.
They're so expensive and they're high quality. I mean, just like that man.
I love some Kodiak, so I might have to pick these books up because I love some Kodiak. I'm not gonna lie, I eat those things all the time.
Cheyenne has to wake up at 5 a.m. She said so.
Yeah,
let's tap
it. We will call it a night. Thank you guys for hanging out with us and reading and kicking off the readathon.
Yes,
thanks, Jess. I was about to say Jess is not here, but Jen. Thank you, Jen, for inviting us to co-host and
yeah, we'll see you on Jess's channel tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow.
Yep. All right, guys. See you later.
Bye.
See ya. Bye.